Good morning. Welcome to morning meditation. Psalm 19 has to be one of my favorite psalms in the entire Bible. I just want to share one verse. It's kind of the end of the equation, if you will. It's what the equation equals, and if you go back through the whole chapter, it sets the equation up for us. Let's look at verse 14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Well, how can we say that, and how can we agree with that? It's pretty easy. If you go back to the first few verses, it says, the heavens declare his glory, the firmament showeth his handiwork, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. First of all, we see the witness of the wonders of God. If you look at nature, I have to agree with Psalm 14 and 53, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. You cannot look at the first few verses of Psalm 19 without saying God is wonderful and creation is wonderful, and it's all intricately put together by the hand of the great Creator. But if we look in the second part of Psalm 19, it talks about the Word of God. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. So we have the witness of His wonders, but we also have the witness of His Word. And it talks about the witness of His wonder going throughout the whole earth. Well, the witness of His word has gone through the whole earth. And it talks about the law of the Lord being perfect, converting the soul, the testimonies of the wise, making sure the simple. And so we've got the word that is a witness to us. In verse 10, you'll notice it says, more to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, and sweeter than the honey in the honeycomb. Boys, so much of the Word of God today is left behind. It's not preached, it's not taught. God gave it to us in His entirety, and He has a goal for us to know the Word of God. And I've shared this many times. If you get stopped for speeding, they're not going to ask you if you saw the speed limit sign. They will tell you that ignorance is no excuse for the law. And boy, greater than man's law is God's law. It's wonderful. Get into it. Study the testimonies. And then we see the last few verses talk about our walk with God. So we see the wonders of God, the words of God, our walk with God, and what does that equal? That equals what we meditate on. That's what we should be putting in our mind and heart. We ought to be memorizing verses about His wonder, verses about His works, verses about His word, verses about our walk. If we'll do that, boy, our heart is going to be able to pull up wonderful scriptures to meditate. And you'll notice it didn't say, let my words be acceptable in others' sight. It says, let my meditations and the words of my mouth, the secret thoughts that nobody sees, they need to be acceptable in God's sight. I see so many Christians, they want the outside to look right, or they preach completely on the inside. As I was sharing with some new church members this week, the inside flows through the outside. And the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside. And so both are equal, and both tell us where we're at, what we're meditating on, and how we're serving the Lord. Boy, creation is wonderful. His word is wonderful. Our walk ought to be wonderful. And we serve a wonderful God. God bless you, and have a great day.